see some Shift players coming in as well.
Was Kerberos with Tauro?
No.
Who was he with? I forgot.
No, that is. Am I saying that wrong? I'm not saying that wrong, right? Am I saying that wrong? No, I am saying that wrong. Yeah. Oh, he just has a different tag. Ah, I was so confused for a second. Like, what does he? Why does he not have the? Yeah, he just has a different clan tag. All right.
Okay, but he is a part of Tauro?
He is part of Tauro. Yeah.
Okay.
So every one of Tauro's in. All right. I mean, to be in the past, is one of the things they're not only fast on the track, they're usually also the fastest in the server. I don't know how they do it. I really don't know how they do it.
Eddie has joined in. New Prime has joined in. So there you go.
Hey, look at that. Shift is coming in. Play the team music as the crowd goes wild. Shift Gaming walks into the arena. Ooh. I would love some walk-on music.
If every team had an anthem of its own. That'd be kind of
great.
Sick if we could like play both of them. Oh no, like
if
you guys have been watching Blast for CS:GO, like these guys have been getting like grand entrances before their matches and all. We could definitely do that.
Oh yeah. But that's definitely fitting for a LAN event.
Well, say hello to Shift THE, ladies and gentlemen, who are in the server. You got Dexter, Amaterasu, New Prime, and Eddie. I think there's one more player that we're waiting for, but not sure.
They are available. Figure.
Yeah, Figure.
Figure is around.
I
mean, he was around yesterday, and he was actually doing pretty well. He was doing pretty well.
So, he was doing pretty well, but now it just depends how they do up against Tauro. Not gonna lie, Golden Trail versus Flying Guys really intrigues me though. That's a match I feel could go all 7. Compared to this, where
I mean in this one, I'd say Tauro has the upper hand, not only because of their seed, but also because of their previous interaction. Right? They already faced each other last week, and last week Tauro won 3-1.
And you only need 4-round wins. And the rounds that Tauro did win were absolutely dominant. I cannot in good conscience say that Tauro loses more than 2 maps here. I don't see Tauro losing more than 2.
Shift is going to have to bring it. I think for Shift, right, it's a mental battle. It's an uphill battle. I'm curious to see how they will handle this the situation, right?
They handle it by banning 21.
21 is out. That makes sense. 21 ban we've seen pretty much every time against Shift. 7 being banned from Shift side.
What is 7? The map that we're currently playing on.
We're currently on 7, yes. It's the plastic map.
So 14 is picked. Oh, wow, 14.
Ooh, not 11. Ooh. Interesting. Picking 14 over 11. Yesterday they went for 11, but now 14 in their favor. Now, to be fair, they did play 14 yesterday against Loud, if I am not correct, and they won that 5-2.
The fact that it's only 1 drift turn, in reality, right? That map is just 1 drift turn and knowing how to land early onto the blocks without getting a slowdown. I don't see how 14 gives them that much of an advantage.
Got number 1 Eddie on it, so he's tied with Mixmod in terms of time. You've got Amaterasu,
so they picked 22 and ban 11.
Yeah, they're top 5. They've got 3 people in top 5, right? No, 2 people in top 5. Sorry, 2 people.
I understand that. I just don't see how that. Is that the map that they won against Tauro last time? Did you check that? What map
that one was? Actually. We can check that real quick. There's been so many matches. 21 was the one that Shift went against Tauro. So that makes sense why Tauro decided to ban 21, because that was a convincing 5-1 victory.
Do you want a hot take from QDC here? Do you want a quantum hot take?
Quantum hot take it. Do it.
Tauro are gonna 4-0.
Woo! Dang, that is quite a hot take. No trust in Shift. Wow, alright. Everyone Shift just rebel against Quantum right now.
That's right.
Right? Get him canceled. Get him canceled. Don't even wanna.
So the maps that we currently have are as follows here. 11 gets banned, 10 gets banned, 21 gets banned, and 7 gets banned. We have currently 14 and 22 as the picks. The other 5 maps will be coming in shortly. Let's see what it brings us. Is Twitch chat on my side, though? That's the question. No, everyone else is mad.
I think everybody left. Yeah, no, they're out of here. They're like, never mind. These hot takes are too hot for me. Gotta go to a burn center.
So, 14, 22, 12, 23, 20, 18, and 9.
Ooh, that's quite a lot of high numbered maps.
Yeah, that's 12 is a that's Tauro sided. 23, that's plastic. That's also Tauro sided. I think I have to stand with my 4-0 prediction.
Standing with the 4-0 prediction.
What is
we'll
yours?
see. I do think that Shift's pick will play in their favor. I don't expect them to drop their own map. I really don't expect them to drop their own map. So I will oppose to 4-0, though I will not deny that Tauro in this situation is the favorite team. So I don't want to give it away too quickly. Come on. Yeah, just quickly get it on the screen real quick for those 14, 22, 12, 23, 20, 18, and 9. And Figure's just finishing fast because, you know, he's just kidding. Obviously, he's just kidding. Bit of, you know, pre-game banter. Pre-game banter. That's all good.
I've opened up trackmania.io, ladies and gentlemen. That way I can call out whatever world records that we see.
Don't make
today.
me click out. The FPS will drop like a brick, all right? I can't do that to our viewers. I'm not going to click out. So if I say something wrong, just assume it's because I cannot click out, and I'm saying this from the top of my head. I do not want you guys, your eyes to suffer, all right? I respect your eyes way too much for that.
So, Eddie and Amaterasu both have 33.65s. Obviously, Eddie with the world record, and Amaterasu 0.003 of a second from said world record in 4th place. So it's a very, very tight race between the 4 players who are fighting for world record. Ashe is actually in 5th, but he's 0.03 behind world record. So he's got a 0.68, not 0.65. Everyone else that we do know, Raysetta, who is not on this Tauro team that's playing in TSCS, is actually number 8. So he is from Tauro, but not on the team that's currently playing. So
the
Raysetta
5 players in here.
Yeah. Anexhammer, he is one of the players that is playing, and Rotaker is as well. They're 14th and 17th respectively, with 0.74 and 0.76 to their name. I'm guessing both of those guys will be playing. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, they're not taking Rotaker in, actually.
I mean, at the moment, there are 4 players in. We'll see what will happen at the end of warm-up, right? During warm-up doesn't really...
Oh no, he wrote it in chat. Forever wrote it in chat.
Oh, will he not play? Okay.
No, they... Ian, Volnera, and Kerberos will be playing.
Okay. Interesting. We'll see how that pans out for them. I'm sure Eddie and Dexter will be driving out together with Amaterasu. I'd be very, very surprised if that wasn't the lineup for 14. And looking at 14 itself, reminding us of yesterday for just a little bit. 14, we discussed I mean, we pretty much concluded it's not a hard map. Not a hard map. However, these players will push it to the limit and therefore make it seem like it's a hard map due to the mistakes that occur, right? Kerberos right there during his warm-up, pushing it hard to get barely past the checkpoint. And it's that pushing the corners that's going to cause the most trouble, most issues, but you kind of have to, right? You have to do that.
The extra 5 kilometers an hour it gives you is absolutely crucial, right? And it'll allow you to overtake 1 or 2 cars that don't do it, for sure.
Definitely. But
we are underhead, and I'll let you go for it.
Yes, we are live indeed. This is Trackmania Seasonal Challenger Series, Fall 2021 edition. This is our first semi-finals of 2 going on, Exalty Tauro versus Shift Gaming. And at the moment, we have Tauro. We'll be seeing Annex Gamer, Volnera, Kerberos, and on the Shift side, we're seeing Eddie, we're seeing Dexter, we're seeing Amaterasu. And at the moment, everybody is neck and neck. Only Volnera kind of behind, but not really. It's going to be a photo finish. Curious to see who will be first. It's looking like Amaterasu is going to be first. Who's going to be second, third, fourth? Ooh, it's a Pokey Eddie 1-2 punch. Dexter comes in 5th, but Shifts opens up the score 1-0 on their own map pick. See, I told you, they're going to be fine. They're going to be fine.
Coming in last with a 34-0-0-0. That is how strong this field is. And as well, yesterday we talked about this, the 50%, what is it, what is that thing called with the keyboard when you press on the numbers on the top? I forgot. Bonk. Anyway, 50% of that is what you need for the water bounce, and it's clear that they practiced that amount. Action key, there you go. 50% action key. Don't mind me, I'm tired. I just woke up. And it shows, and it's giving them so much more speed, and Eddie just snipes Annex once again. Oh my goodness. I mean, poor Annex, he's just behind by a few thousandths of a second.
It's very, very minor.
Kilometers an hour.
I mean, it's what Shift needed, though. If Eddie didn't come in first there, that would have been a win for Exalty Tauro, but instead Shift takes it. So far, very, very tight race, but the pace is on Shift's favor. All right, Amaterasu did make a bit of an oopsie because he pushed one of the corners and hit one of the signs. But that's just a minor fluke, right? Right now, he's keeping the pace, he's keeping the speed. Kerberos this time with more speed out of that corner. He's taking the lead. Eddie and Dexter close behind Volnera, jumping in between as well. All of a sudden, Eddie is being escorted by Kerberos and Volnera, but Amaterasu also trying to get his way into it. Again, a bit of a photo finish about to happen, but this time, it is in favor of Exalty Tauro. They just need the one finisher. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? There you go.
And that was a round where Kerberos nearly lost that once again due to not doing the action keys. And if he did do the action keys, he didn't do that that harsh of a turn. 50% is the favored usage of it. It'll give you the most speed. What is that called when the most efficient? There you go.
Efficiency
gives you the most
nice.
speed.
I like efficiency.
Efficiency is very nice. And you see that's where they'll gain the most speed, and they'll beat out many players to the finish line by doing their little trick here. Dexter up into the lead with Eddie right behind him, and look at how much they turn compared to Kerberos. It's a big difference. Yeah, exactly, and they just run away with it. They are very far in front with that water bounce. It's definitely something that they know how to do, and that .79 is a very nice time. It is a top 30 time.
It seems like that is what we're going to be seeing all this time, just top 30 times, top 40 times. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we see a top 10 time clock in. These players are pushing it hard right now. I mean, Amaterasu this time fell off somewhere halfway through the map, but you know, he's right back on the horse right now, going hard. This time, though, we see two players falling off on Tauro's side. That's Kerberos and Annex out, and Volnero now as well. We have not an ace on our hands, because Dexter also made a bit of an oopsie, a bit of a yikers. But Amaterasu and Eddie are going to close it out with a 1-2 once again, and they find themselves on map points, just like that, 4-1 up on their map pick. Who said anything about 4-0, all right? Is Shift actually going to drop 4 rounds in a row with this pace? Nah.
I mean, here's the thing, right? They have the pace on this map for sure. I did not expect it to be this dominant, though, right? Because I saw Annex and Road Taker's times, right? I thought, okay, it's pretty. Yeah, It's 0.1 off, right? But if they know how to do the 50% water bounce trick, this shouldn't be an issue. But yeah, none of them do, and so it's costing them. And of course, 50% on the water bounce is hard to do, right? It's not the easiest thing in the world, but once you've practiced it and once it becomes consistent, it's very easy to, well, win rounds just by how much you turn. And look at that, Amaterasu was so far behind, and look at how much in front now he is compared to Kerberos. He actually gains a 1/10 of a second by doing so over Kerberos. It's GG's as Eddie wins the round, and Amaterasu gets second. Eddie gets a top 50 time there.
Look at that, just casual top 50. Bit too many missed, a bit inconsistent on Exalty Tauro's side. I would say that on Shift's side, Amaterasu would probably be the one who made the most errors, but, you know, with teammates like Eddie and Dexter. No worries whatsoever. Dexter also made a mistake in one of the rounds, and instead it's Eddie and Amaterasu coming in with those 1-2s. Very good map coming in from Shift Gaming. They did a fine job. Let's see if they're able to keep up that momentum going into 22. We're not going to play 15. We'll be moving on to 22, which is Exalty Tauro's pick. So are we going to have a bit of a reversal situation going on from a Shift-dominated map to a Tauro-dominated map?
So here's what I have to say about my hot take. By saying 4-0, right, it won't happen, right? It's just like saying shutout during a football game or a hockey game, right? The opponents are immediately going to score, just immediately going to score. And so if you call it out, right, it won't happen. Therefore, what I caused was Tauro to not win 4-0. You're welcome, ladies and gentlemen.
I love how you're trying to talk your way out of this hot take.
I'm not.
I don't know. Some might. Anyways, 22. We got some water. We got some dirt. Some nice bounces happening, and a lot of pace. This is one of those maps where gears and pace are gonna make or break it.
As well, there are the Shift players here, right? They hear me smack talking, right? That actually makes them play their A game as well, right? It makes them show up because they want me to shut up, right? And of course, whenever you bring in a hot take, right, it's because you want to challenge the other team, right?
Right.
Of course, if you say something bad about a team, it's not because you want to denigrate them. You want them to like wake up in a sense, right? You want them to show you what they got. Right. It's like throwing water in the face, right? Wake up, wake up. And I guess I woke up the beast by just poking it, right? So, I don't know. Those are my excuses, if you will, right?
Right. Yeah, I know.
Right now,
I'm loving the excuses. They're great. Yeah, no, I'm just noting them down for wherever I need something like this, right?
Whenever you have a bad opinion, though, you could just say,
"Oh yeah,
those excuses."
You just pull a Nosferatu, right? Like he made a ton of predictions, and so many of them are wrong, but some of them are right. And people talk about him, right? Because like, well, he came up with this. He said that this was going to happen. He also said 100 other things that didn't happen. That's not the point, all right? The point is, something happened, and therefore we know about him.
Right, exactly. And, well, the only prediction... Ooh. Oh, man, the only prediction I think I have is who's going to be playing, and that's going to be Eddie, Dexter, and New Prime for Shift THE, and Volnera, Annex, and Rotate.
I mean, they are warming up right now. I think that is spot on the money. I'm not gonna dispute that one, and otherwise you're gonna have to come up with another excuse, right? It's very simple.
Well, my excuse is that I'm currently looking at Trackmania.io, of course, as I should, because you're not doing it right now.
No, I'm not. I'm relying on you. In fact, I'm looking at the match. The match is starting right now. That's what I care about. You go look at those cute little times while I'll tell the people about Map 2 happening right now on Fall 22. We've got Volnera, Rotaker, and Annex on Exalty Tauro's side, and we're going to have Eddie, Dexter, and New Prime fighting it out for Shift Gaming. So far, it's a bit more spread out than we saw on 14, where 14 was about optimizing those corners as much as possible, and players having optimized those very well. It's not as much on 22, and so far, Exalty's pick is not paying off in their favor. Eddie in second place, New Prime in third, and Dexter in fourth, just exchanging the places real quick. And only Rotaker for Tauro at the front. A 2-3-4 is all they need to win the round, and so they do. Rotaker clocking in a sweet 48.89, but the rest of his team just a bit too far behind. That is a round win going in for Shift. Shift so far cracking open a map in their favor twice. They're going to do it 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. It's going to be at least 5 times. They're already up 1-0 overall.
So that's a top 40 time just at the beginning here. That's just a taste of the power that we got on this scene here. But with the 2 mistakes out of the Exalty players here. We need some consistency, if you will. Very consistent were the players on 14. Now we need consistency on 22. I think one of the most the most consistent of the Black Flag match. Would you agree? I would say that 22 compared to 21, 23, 24, and 25 is much easier to control and not crash in, as we see a 1-2 out of Volnera and Annex, and it's even very fast, but it's not the fastest round we've seen. 49-1 for Volnera. Very nice time indeed.
I just want to see 48s, all right?
Yeah,
I got
exactly.
spoiled. Rotaker just comes in, casually drops a 48. I'm like, can I ask 48, please? You know, just give me another one. But they weren't in danger, right? They didn't need to push the pace there too much. The 1-2 was right on point. Ooh, we do have a bit of a mistake early on from shift side. Dexter going a bit too wide there on the dirt. So we do have a 2v3 happening right now in favor of Exalty Tauro. They're looking a lot better now. Rotator and Valera in the lead. New Prime and Eddie trying to get in between. But not having that pace that you would like or need. An Eddie. Ooh, also a bit of a cliff, bit yikes. And maybe even an ace coming in from Exalty Tauro as Annex also overtakes New Prime. I think it's going to be an ace. All they have to do is do the final jump, and that is not hard whatsoever. Rotaker spoils us once again with a 48.992. Barely cracking the 49 mark.
Barely.
But it is still a 48.
Remember how I was saying that that shift we're utilizing the water bounces properly? Well, now it's Tauro's turn to utilize the water bounces properly here. They are water bouncing on with the action cues nearly every single time, and they're doing so with the greater angle, giving them more speed, but making themselves at a greater risk of landing awkwardly. And that's exactly what you risk when you obviously use action keys on water bounces, but it's going into their favor at the current moment. They are 1, 3, and 4 as Dexter actually gets overtaken by both Volnera and Annex. The greater water bounce, that's exactly what it gives them. Annex goes a little bit earlier into the turn. It gives them more exit speed too. And look at the speed over Dexter there and Rotaker, Volnera, Annex. 1, 2, 3, and they Annex. Shift to the lower 3 positions. And that is an amazing time out of Rotaker. A .03. That is good enough for 24th in the world.
24th and nice. That is very nice indeed. I mean, right now it is definitely Rotaker's map. He is doing a fantastic job for his team, giving them those sweet 6 points. Pretty much every round he hasn't dropped first place once, despite Exalty Tauro losing a round. So they're very much relying on that, and it's not as consistent on shift side right now. All right, Eddie pushing it a bit too hard, Dexter pushing it a bit too hard. New Prime more an issue of not enough pace. All right, I haven't seen New Prime make any major mistakes, just not able to really keep up. We're already halfway through the map, and again, Rotaker still in the lead. Volnera is pushing hard as well. Anix is also now coming into the fold into 4th place. Dexter is going to push it along with his teammate Eddie, but I think this is going to be a 1-3-5. Yeah, that is a 1-3-5 finish. Rotaker again clocking in a 48.8, and another round win for Exalty Tauro. We went from a dominating victory from shift side on 14, and we're changing it up to a seemingly dominating victory from Exalty Tauro's side on 22.
It's just a slightly slower time out of Rotaker, right? Before it was 24th, now it's a 25th best time. So honestly, it's not that much of a difference at this point in time. What is the difference maker is that it's winning them the rounds, right? And Eddie, he comes close. He gets a sub 48, sub 49 himself, but he just cannot win the round. Getting 2nd place, while it is nice, you need your teammates there with you. You need at least 3rd and 5th to go along with it, and it just does not happen for them. As here we see Volnera making a small mistake. He needs to release a lot, so Annex needs to step it up, and he's going to overtake every single shift THE player there, getting himself 2nd position. He turns a little bit slower though, and Rotaker, what did he clip into?
What? This knives? I don't know what Rotaker just did, but that kind of cost him the round.
He clipped into something. He clearly just slowed down suddenly. Did he?
It would have still been a win. Now, I think even if he did not clip, that still would have been a win.
No, because they were 1-2. Himself and Annex, they both clipped.
Wow, what a odd finish, right? It was very close up to that point. I am noticing that Annex is very fast on the second half of the map, right? You can see him falling back just a little bit right here during the first part, not really having the same pace as you would like. DC Noob Prime slowing down there a bit as well. And this is the point where Annex starts to make his move. And he just starts building up all his speed, optimizing the lines, and he'll go shoot by again, I expect. Eddie right now fighting it out with Roadtaker. Vulnera this time in the lead. And look at that, Annex is right up there. Roadtaker falling behind this time, having to rely on Vulnera and Annex to do the job and finish off the map. And it's looking like that is exactly what they're about to do with a 1-2 punch. Vulnera clocks in a 48.8 as well, and we are 1-1.
Yeah, the maps are equal now, and we could see that Vulnera and Roadtaker, both of them capable of the 48.80. And I mean, that's just absolutely impressive out of both of those players. Top 25 times, we've saw them 3 times. That's insane out of, well, both of those players. Right? And Eddie tried. He got a top 40 time of his own. It still wasn't enough, right? And I mean, it's sad losing a map to that, but that's just the consistency, right? And we saw the same thing happen for Tauro on 14, where it was just the consistency of Shift absolutely bringing them to the fray and getting everything right.
Curious to see how it will go now. I mean, we're past the picked maps. We're going into the random maps. We went from a best of 7 into best of 5, but it's all random best of 5, right? And with 12 on the way, do we have any intel, any insights on what can we expect? Who will we see fielded on the map?
Well, here's what I will say. This is a plastic map, right? Not just that, it's a plastic grass map. Not just that, there is Zoop potential on this map.
Ooh,
this is fully suited for Exalty Tauro here, and not really to Shift THE. Mime, sadly, he's not playing. Instead, he's judging his teammates on the sidelines, as he did so during map number 14, saying that he wasn't too impressed. He's currently got the number 3 time. Sadly, he's not playing for his team, but he is playing in TMGLC later today. I would totally go watch him, as he'll probably go dominate over there. I'll be glad to be casting over on Begenius for Energize, and yourself for Aquatra, I do believe, as well for TMGLC today.
Yes. Mime's getting called out, like what?
I mean, he's getting called out because he's on the same team, right?
No, I know. It makes sense. It makes sense.
But other than that, the second place out of anyone, the first place, sorry, out of anyone in this server is Annex, who's currently 27th. And he sees himself with a 35.001. Oh, that must hurt. No sub 34 yet. He must very much so be hunting
the goal. The goal. All right, that's the, like before season ends. Just I
mean, he has a month
35 mark.
He has a month to do it for sure.
Yeah, plenty of time. Plenty of time.
Plenty of time.
You'll do it live.
Forever has a 35.19. Roadtaker has a 35.19. So. We see a very, I'd say, Exalty Tauro oriented map. The first THE or New Prime or Shift player in New Prime at number 60 with a 35.23. So, all in all, this is very much so looking like a map that goes the way of Exalty Tauro. And it's especially because this isn't a tech map, right? This is the opposite of a tech map. What would you call this?
It's plastic fantastic with a little bit of grass on the side. I think that's the best way I would put it. And the other way I could put it as well is we're actually racing on it. We're actually live on it. This is actually round number 1. You should actually wake up. What are you doing? It's Trackmania time. We don't see any Zoops happening just yet, but we do see one of the Exalty Tauro players way behind forever. Instead of a Roadtaker right now. But at the moment, with engines off, as the silence takes hold of us, we see coming out of the smoke. Vulnera in first, Dexter in second, Anix in third, and New Prime in fourth. We're going to see the bug slide. Who's it going to be? Who's it going to get enough speed? There goes Anix flying at the third anyways, and a 1-3-6. That gives you a point for Exalty Tauro.
Anix Hammer was so far behind after the bug slide. He went really wide, but gained more speed due to that and re-sniped his positions. Was down to fifth and then went back up to third. Very, very close, and I mean, that was almost disastrous for Anix there, and so his team wins with a virtue of a 1-3-6. But now we get to see Forever with a nice little zoop, and there you go. We get to see these players going for the quote-unquote extreme strats, the strats that no one should be going for in rounds. They're going for them. Why shouldn't they? And Forever and Anix here with the bug slides, both of them doing it so successfully, and Forever with a 35.5. Mid 35s are the faster times that we are expecting to see here. I mean, if we get low 35s, I'd be absolutely astounded, because that's pretty much everyone's PB.
Oof. I mean, it's always something to look forward to. Competition is one of the best ways to breed skill, to improve and hone your craft, right? And in this case, the craft is Trackmania. Maybe we should call it Craftmania. No, that wouldn't work. Anyways, Forever with the Zoop is doing a fantastic job of shooting into first place right there. Only player in top 3 right now is Dexter on shift side. And Eddie and New Prime are kind of just out of the discussion at the moment, right? They are not close enough to really be competitive. Dexter just has to get a first place, but here comes Vulnera. Dexter in second, Forever in third, Eddie fourth, and Anix in fifth. We don't even see a sixth from New Prime. I think he even DNF'd. Yes, he did DNF.
So that should have been a round for Shift THE, but New Prime obviously DNFing actually stopped that from happening. But it could have been a tie. And that did not happen, but Forever actually forgot to press back his up button or whatever button he uses to on his keypad or his controller to go fast, because right after the engine off block came off, he didn't accelerate. Sag. He also didn't get the zoop there, so he's all down to Anix and Vulnera here to beat out Eddie to the finish line. Dexter just in behind, Eddie in the front here. Does he get a better bug slide? Yes, he does, and he'll get first place with a 35.4. I do believe that's the fastest time so far. Anix gets second, Vulnera gets third, and so it's all down to fourth and fifth, and it's Dexter and New Prime Shift get their first round.
Needed that first round indeed, going from a 4-0 possible deficit, and not only that, being put in a position where they have to win 5 rounds in a row. Instead, 3-1. It's a bit more manageable. But Forever, yeah, he's really relying on this Zoop to do him favors, but it's looking like it's a bit of a 50-50 shot at the moment, as he doesn't get it once again. And instead, Shift Gaming at the moment dominantly in the lead. Vulnera and Anix not really that close, and what we've seen so far, the final part of the map really hasn't proven an issue for any of the players at all. Eddie in this case, though, proving me wrong. Thank you for that. But instead, it's Dexter and New Prime picking up the 1-2, so no worries whatsoever for Shift Gaming. That is enough for a round win. Come on, Eddie, I was proving a point.
I was looking at Eddie on top of that, and I just see right in front of him, as we're talking about Eddie, Anix hitting the finish ring.
Oh, never mind. 60% of the time it works every time.
It just happens. It just does. And I mean, at this current point in time, it's all down to consistency out of Exalty Tauro here. And I mean, Dexter is extremely consistent in his speed without doing the zoop. Forever needs the zoop to be fast. He's really counting on that. Vulnera sort of is, and so is Anix to a certain extent as well. So all these players here counting on one little buggy slide here to gain the win, and they do. Forever with the fastest time of the map so far with a 35.40. That's a very good time when it comes down to it, but not top 100, but very, very close to it. Actually, no, it is top 100. It's 96th. Never mind.
Barely in the top 100.
Barely.
Tauro does find themselves on map point right there because of that. It's really relying on Forever so far. Most of the time, round wins came in because Forever hit the Zoop. Let's look if he hits it once again. He not as well, right? He's there, but it doesn't really benefit him too much right now. We see a bit of a shift train go for it as Anix. Oof, that is kind of unfortunate. That ring is something you jump through, and instead he hit it with his car. Is it going to be an ace to close it out? This time Eddie does not slide out, and instead it is an ace from Shift. So Exalty is going to have to try one more time to actually close out the map, and otherwise it's going to be 4-4 if they don't do it next round.
Yeah,
but
and
instead 4-3.
Honestly, Shift have a good opportunity here because they are getting consistent on the map. They're getting consistently 35s to low to, no, not low, mid to high 35s. They're getting themselves these really nice times consistently too without the Zoop. And so Tauro is very much so looking out for these Zoops, and they're actually not going to go for them. Both Volnera and Anix are just going to say, you know what, we're just going to win out this map here. 1 and 2. Anix having troubles with the rings, as we said earlier. Let's see if he's going to have another issue here. Anix actually goes a little bit wider than Eddie. It's going to allow Eddie back into the fray here. Volnera and Anix, though, 1 and 2. No issues there. That is the GG's in chat, and it's 2-1. As we head on to 23.
Good stuff. Dominating ending there. No shot for any of the Shift players to really get in between there. 2-1. It was a bit of delayed 2-1, right? It initially looked like Tauro was just going to take it outright, but Shift pulled back quite a bit. But it's still going to be Tauro, who just has to win 2 more maps to close it out. Next map is going to be 23.
I do believe the reason why we can't show the map rounds is because up on stream is because Open Planet has completely bugged out on us in the past when we done that. If you recall, we've had a massive issue with that in the past. Do you remember that?
I'm sorry, I'm just reading chat and people are like, yeah, go for 13, we don't mind.
I mean, 13 sadly does not come in this map pool. The maps remaining, we already played 14, 22, and 12. Reminder that 7, 11, 21 were banned. I forget the other map that was banned. It wasn't 19.
21 is banned, 11 is banned.
7 was banned.
7 was banned.
I forget the last map. But it doesn't matter because we already know which maps are going to be played. Exactly. 23, 20, 18, and 9 are the maps. If we need to play right now, 23 and 20, if Tauro wins both of those, we won't be seeing 18 or 9. But if Shift THE do win one more map here, we'll see 18. If they win another map afterwards, we'll likely see 9. If they win the next 3 maps, we won't even see 9 because Tauro will be eliminated at map 18.
That is how math work indeed, and I do not do math on stream until I do, at which point I'm always wrong.
Well, are we going to see any cutters? Yes, we are.
Wow, well, there, Anix decided, yep. He's just flying off, just getting a bit of practice in. There you go, flippity flip.
Oh, man. Well, if you do get it second try, it's still faster. From what I could tell,
they'll go for it live though. Maybe.
No. Maybe on a round where you're really far behind, right? If you're behind by 2-3 seconds, and you know that you can't get yourself.
Then you push it. Yeah, then you push
it. Then you try for the first try, right? Then if it doesn't work, you just finish it in last, right?
Anix with the alt route. Anix with the alt route. Sick. Get the jump. Ooh. Swagger. Oh yeah.
Crashed into the poles. But
alt route didn't go the way you wanted it.
But no, it is obviously something that players have practiced, especially those that are in the top, because, well, to get a top time, it saves like 4 or 5 seconds to do that jump. So, I mean, it makes sense that a few of these players do know how to do it, but none of them really up there. Anix, again, I mean, obviously, he'd be up there with what he just showed us, but he's got second place. But after that, it's a long way down before we find anyone else. Volnera on 18, but that means everyone just knows how to do the cut. So
curious to see if it'll happen. Like, I only think it'll happen like in those desperation modes, right? Those desperation modes. Just hoping, praying, like, you know, I gotta push it now. Maybe somebody will fall behind me. Just gotta go for it.
This isn't like TMGL where there is cut potential, but it's you're not allowed to do it, or else you get
maybe Kerberos though. Kerberos going out there.
maybe
we see two Exalty players fly out. In fact. Oi. This round one is already off to a fantastic start. Eddie in the lead, Rotaker in second, Dexter in third. Figure in fourth, but will the cut happen? Maybe this is the time. Maybe this is the time to go for the cut.
Annex, will you go for it? And all 5 players are already in. There's no real point. Oh, well, there you go. He's going to go for it. That's why there's no real point. And, he doesn't make it. So close. But his team was going to lose anyway. Second, fifth, and sixth, obviously, is not enough to win the round. Just showing off the skill, though, is pretty crucial enough to show that, hey, I could possibly get this, right? The threat of Annex actually doing this in a round that matters, right? Where he could overtake everyone by being just 2 seconds behind them, right? The same way Kerberos was at the last round. That could have made a big difference.
Interesting to see Figure actually going for a bit more on an outside line throughout these corners. So far, I mean, he's alive, but he is behind quite a bit. Eddie in the lead together with Rotaker and Dexter in second and third. Interesting lines happening. This time, not a lot of mistakes happening until Kerberos goes a bit too wide on the plastic. Fantastic. And Anix actually in the lead, overtaking Rotaker. But a 2-3-5 is enough for Shift to take the round, and they do so indeed.
Reminder, obviously, we're not going to get anything close to the 46 that we see in the WR. I do believe that 48 even is going to be very, very, very hard pressed to be found. 49, I think, is what's going to be consistent. And, I mean, that's where we find Rotaker on 35th with a 49-0. And, I mean, Annex seems good enough to be doing those 49s himself. So, if
they're going to rely on him.
Yeah, they're definitely going to rely on him. Whether he's behind or in front, though, right? Because if he's in front, he can just drive it to the finish normally. But if he's far behind, he could do the cut. And so that is actually a pretty small ace up your sleeve that says, hey, I have a Hail Mary attempt here. We could win this via this Hail Mary. But they're 1-3 right now, which is an automatic win if Rotaker comes in. So there's no point in Annex going for the cut.
He's far
ahead.
No.
He could get ahead of Fegger as well. Fegger going a little higher, and Annex with more speed. There you go. The overtake, the snipe, and Kerberos winning it with a 49-6. It's hard to get a 49 on this map because it's not very consistent to do so. Too many risky jumps and too many risky corners to take.
Yeah, it's especially live. Fall 23 has been a map where we generally see 1 or 2 players crash in some positions, some spots, maybe, you know, not as harsh, but other times it's just out of the race, right? Out of the running. And it's kind of what we saw happen last round, where we just saw players drop like flies one by one. If it was simply due to cutting the corners a bit closer than usual, or the trees proving a bit of an issue, right? Especially this jump right here in through the tree line. That is usually where we can find some players making a bit of oopsie. But this time, 5 players going through. Eddie the one behind by about a second and a half. Dexter on his own at the front, being chased down by the Exalty Tauro team. I'm not sure he's feeling too safe. Maybe a bit of an escort going towards the finish line. That's not what you want. You want your teammate Figure to come in between. Ooh, Anix with a nice low jump over. It takes Dexter together with Kerberos. Rotaker closes out on 4th.
Gets sniped by Kerberos there. Dexter was in the lead, just had to release a bit, and I mean that bit. I mean, didn't lose him the match at all, right? Because Figure and Eddie were in last. Yeah, that's rough for Shift. It's tied at 2 now, ladies and gentlemen. And thank you, Lulu, for telling us that the known world record for the no cut is a 48-8. So that's the known world record. But maybe one of these players who do have a 46 time have done a 48 no cut, right? A lower 48 no cut. It's very possible. It's just that it's not going to show up, obviously, on trackmania.io, as it is an ace currently for Exalty Tauro. They're looking very, very strong at the current moment, and no one even close to them. Eddie's the closest. Does Annex just want to go for the cut just for shots and giggles? No.
He holds back. He holds back.
Ah, man, that is. I'm an anarchist. You know that, right? I just want the world to burn, and I just want Annex to try for this cut, even though he shouldn't be, right? Every single time he has the opportunity. Oh, go for it, why not? Your team's already gonna win anyway. Or oh, go for it, why not? Your team's already gonna lose anyway. What do you gotta lose?
It's I guess you know, a bit of risk management. It's not like they are in the complete driver's seat right now. They are up 3-2 at the moment, so yeah, for all you know, it could have gone wrong at some point. I guess it's just playing it safe, maybe showing a bit of respect to Shift Gaming, who you know, like, just due to some errors on their side, made some some oopsies, some yikers, and it's this time Anix with the yikers. And Eddie and Dexter, nice low jumps. Figure again going for that high jump again, so he will find himself at the back of the pack. And it's a 2v2 at the front. Kerberos in the lead. Dexter goes a bit too wide. So Rotaker takes over the third spot. Eddie in second. He's going to have to overtake Kerberos if he wants to compete and get in between. 2, 4, 5 is not enough to win the round. And in fact, Rotaker takes over Eddie. And it's a decisive 4-2.
Yes, it is. Annex was in behind as well. He could have risked it, but he didn't. He didn't want to go for the jump in case someone just failed the ending. And I mean, that's completely understandable. He was 2 seconds behind, but he did not know if his teammates would come 1 and 2 or 1 and 3. But in the end, they do. They are much faster in that ending than Shift THE. Shift definitely need something bigger as, oh no, that is, I believe so, Kerberos that is out. So now it's all Rotaker and Annex who need to do it, and he clips. But so does Figure and Eddie. Oh man! So that means Annex is only in 4th position instead of, well, last. That would have potentially put him in last. So Rotaker and Dexter are gonna fight each other, but I kind of want to see Annex here. Does he go for it? This would not be the route to go for it. This would be an absolute crazy route to go for. As Dexter, he goes high up, and he will have more speed. He'll win the round. And Annex, yeah, he goes too high. There you go. He went for the extra speed. They lose the round. But was he behind Figure? He was behind Figure by a bit, wasn't he? He was behind Figure.
Yeah, not a bit. No, it was pretty close, actually. He just went a bit too high in the plastic quarter pipe and found himself hitting a wall at the top. I didn't realize there was a wall at the top, but hey, you know, we learn something new every day. And here we are. We just figured out that is apparently a thing that's happening. So Shift has to win 2 rounds in a row if they do want to take this map and tie up the score 2-2. Exalty just needs to not crash. I mean, last round really was due to massive amounts of crashes happening, and this time it's looking like Shift is the one feeling the walls. Eddie is still remaining on Shift sides. Figure in 5th and Dexter in 6th. That is looking like great news if you're an Exalty Tauro fan. Not so great if you're a Shift Gaming one. And again, not going for that cut. I think they just want to close it out. Very businesslike. And because of this high line, this time going well, he is able to overtake Eddie. Picks up the #1 spot. Kerberos in 3rd, and they just need a finisher coming in from Rotaker, and he's going to do so in 5th.
Beautifully done. GGs are not in the chat, even though they won. There you go. The GG's finally coming in. That was like a slow GG. They were waiting for Dexter to finish.
Yeah.
Right. At least wait for Dexter to finish, even though it's already a done deal. Figure saying that his PB is a 50. Whoops. That was actually pretty close. So he was running practically his PBs every single round. He was trying to PB. But yeah, that gave his team a slight disadvantage, right? That these guys did not exactly know the fastest strats to get through this. And well, now with 23 over, it's 3-1.
Yep.
We have
Tauro just needs to win one more.
Left. Yeah, we have 3 more maps left, but only 1 more. That's at most needed, right? The other 2 could not be needed if Shift do not win this one. This is an important map for Shift here.
Oh,
Number
20 is a
18.
fun one, though. I do
20,
enjoy
yes.
20. Very,
18 is
very fun.
nuts.
Lots of speed. Lots of pace.
This I do believe should go more towards THE Shift's side. Just, even though Exalty... Oh, wait, no, that's Aerosol. He's still... pretty much, Exalty Tauro have a big team, right? And I've already named 3 players that are not playing today. That are part of Exalty. Think about that, right? That Aerosol is on that team. Mime is on that team. Just Exalty Tauro in general is just a scary team, right? Just to go up against in any tournament. The fact that they're not bringing top players like Aerosol and Mime, right? That they already have 5 top players on that team on its own, right? Is scary. It scares me. It keeps me up at night, and I'm sure it keeps other people up at night too.
Is that... Look, are you gonna make me make an expense at your getting up late? I can make a joke at it, alright? That line of reason to keeping you up at night, that explains a lot, alright? That explains a lot.
It explains why I woke up at 7:30, yes.
Yeah.
Amaterasu and Dexter are 4th and 5th on this map. Like I said, there are only 2 of 5 players that have gotten a sub 47 on this map, which is barely possible. Jake Ray with the world record of a 46.79, but no one's even close to him. Like I said, Aerosol is in 2nd, but he's got an 86. That's 0.65 behind, right? So he's got a long way to go there. 0.065 is quite a bit of a difference when it comes to world record hunting. That's actually a very big differential, but judging by everyone else that's in this lobby, Eddie is in 32nd, and I see no other Exalty until Voldera in 42nd, Kerberos in 44th, both of them with 47.24s. So technically, the pace, the known max pace out of these guys should go the way of Shift, but Exalty Tauro have an opportunity to win this one out. Let's see it. Good luck, have funs are in chat. It's going to be Dexter, Amaterasu, and Eddie versus Forever, Volnera, and Annex. Kerberos is not going to be taking part in this one. We are underway, ladies and gentlemen. And like I said, this one should be going the way of Shift. But let's see if I'm correct here. Is max pace indicative of full pace on the map, consistent pace on the map? It's currently Dexter in the lead, Annex in 2nd, Volnera in 3rd, Eddie in 4th, and Amaterasu in 5th. Everyone's separated by only 0.3 of a second. Dexter still in the lead by quite a bit, over a tenth over Volnera. Annex falls down a little bit as Amaterasu and Eddie can't keep up to Dexter. Dexter with fast speed, but Volnera catching up. Will they go for it? And it's the snipe! Out of Volnera! He just gets into the finish a little bit faster. It's a 47.3. That's nearly PB for Volnera. That's incredible. They're going to need to be driving those times to win these rounds. And that's exactly what they do. A 1-3-4. And they win the 1-3-6. They win the round thanks to that. And Volnera practically nearly PBs. He's just 0.03 of a second from his PB. It's insane. Wow. Oh, but Volnera, he clips.
Alright, well, you win some, you lose some. That's just how it goes. Honestly, I was surprised. Like, that snipe was very necessary. Forever already made a mistake early on in the round, flipping on one of the checkpoints. So it was a true V3, but Exalty Tauro just coming on in clutch. Very, very great round. This time Forever, though, in the lead, not finding himself all the way in 6th place, but instead, it's all the Shift players hunting Forever down as Annex. And let me see, where are they? There you go. There's Volnera. Volnera's like a full checkpoint behind, if not more. Yeah, no, this is not going to be the same situation as it was last time. Instead, it's going to be a Shift victory with a Exalty Tauro in between. Forever.
Yeah, this could be very, very rough for Exalty Tauro here. It's going to be extremely hard for them to stay consistent while trying to do PBs on this map. Right? They have to do borderline PBs to stay alive in this. And with the fact that one of those players that had a 47-2 was Kerberos is, well, just telling. Another time where we see, I think that's Forever that clipped. Yes, it is. And he's clipped on the first turn once again. Dexter and Eddie are 1 and 2. Volnera is third. Volnera is now in second, I should say, as he overtakes Eddie, but everyone's overtaken Eddie because he's slowed down quite a bit. And so it's Dexter, Volnera, Amaterasu, Annex, and then Eddie. Dexter still in the lead. He touches the wall. He clips. He'll fall down the order. Volnera, though, he's still in the lead. And Annex, he gets a slowdown. What did he slow down on? I'm not too sure, but Volnera wins. Amaterasu gets second. Eddie gets third. And Dexter gets fourth. And Volnera PBs.
I apologize for not showing what's happening at the back, because Volnera's speed right there was just insanely good. I wanted to make sure we captured that. It is a win for Shift, but whew, Volnera went fast. Really fast.
That was really, really, really fast. I just relaunched Trackmania.io. You love to see it. 21st place in the world. Volnera 47.135 a few seconds ago. You love to see it.
Well, I mean, right now it's not looking that favorable for Shift. They had a bit of a train going on, but this time it's an Exalty train chasing down Eddie. Volnera overtaking Eddie as well, with Forever and Annex just following behind. Not that close though, but close enough that it's looking good enough for them to then take this round out. It's going a bit of a back and forth, right? We haven't seen a very close round other than the first one. Other than, like, it's right now Eddie is taking it, but it doesn't matter too much. We've got a 2, 3, 4 coming in for Exalty Tauro, right?
That nearly
pretty done deal. We need some more close rounds. It seems like the players are having some issues with the start of the map, getting into the flow of things. Like, once the map is going, once the speed is there, it's a lot more stable, but looking like players, actually kind of tough, right? Everybody's trying to go very high on this grass turn.
They need to. It's more speed, right? To not go high is pretty much to say, I do not want more speed, right? And that's the difference between first and last place at these starts, right? You can see Volnera right now in last place. He didn't want to risk it, and Dexter, he was the one who risked it the most. He went the highest. Annex, though, he'll get more speed on this grass turn, and he is now in first place with Forever in second, Volnera in third, and right now it's an Exalty Tauro. 1, 2, 3. Dexter wants to ruin that. He clips it to the wall. And Volnera, he'll gain the lead from Annex, who needs to slow down. He went too wide. Volnera going for another PB run. Can he get it to the finish early? No, he can't. And so it's a 47.3. Eddie gets second. Forever gets third. Annex gets fourth. Dexter and Amaterasu actually tie on the same time. But it doesn't really matter because it's a slow time. Compared to what they can do, right? A 47.9 is a slow time. Do not flame me in chat, please. I can't do a 47.9.
Ready, you heard it here first.
Torches.
Trackmania players are slow. There you go. That's what I heard. No, I mean, so far it's been a nice back and forth. That was a great round to behold. Right now, Exalty Tauro in the lead, 3-2. But it's definitely not over and done yet. Shift is very much in the driver's seat for this one. They've got the potential and power, but Volnera just seems to be in a race of his own, doing a fantastic job. And Dexter keeps messing up this corner. He must not be happy with that. It's been 3 times already that I've seen him hit the wall right there, and it's not being in his favor. And Eddie goes in a bit too soon, and Forever is able to overtake him there. I don't think it would have mattered if he did. No, it wouldn't have mattered if he had the 3rd place, but it's still fun to see.
So, Annex coming in for last place will give Exalty Tauro the round. You know what else will give Exalty Tauro the round? Volnera nearly PBing again. Okay, Volnera surely was practicing this map before getting into the match and was trying to hunt it. And then it said, you know what? I'm just going to go for my hunt strat on this map. But you can see he's actually slightly slower off of the start. If he was slightly faster, he'd actually gain 1/10 over these players, but 2 of them are dead. It's a 2v2 off of the start. Annex and Volnera versus Amaterasu and Eddie. Dexter and Forever are fighting in the background, 2 seconds behind. Eddie and Amaterasu, though, 1 and 2. Volnera and Annex too far behind for the current moment, 2/10 behind both Shift THE players.
Look at that
Eddie
speed.
goes wide. Amaterasu goes more inside, allowing Voldera back in. There's Eddie with a clip. Voldera will lead. Anix, he's in second as well. Amaterasu saved too much and gained too little. Exalty Tauro will go on to the grand finals.
Oh my word, I did misspoke earlier on about the mistake in the previous round. If that didn't happen, it would be a different situation. We would see the score be 4-3, but instead came down to too many inconsistencies on Shift's side. The pace was there, but Vanera's pace was just insane. His second half was massive, right? He just pulled ahead every single time when he didn't make a mistake, I should say, because all the players made mistakes on this one. There wasn't a single one that did not make a mistake there on 20. But what a race! What a race indeed. We did go 4-1, but I definitely could have seen it go a bit further than that. It's unfortunate for Shift Gaming in this one that the consistency wasn't quite there, but we had some great rounds. We had some nice times. We had some PBs happen. And overall, I enjoyed this match. I'm going to rate this one a 9 out of 10. I'm saving the 10 out of 10 for the grand finals. You know, you can't just go all out. But a 4-1 victory for Exalty Tauro. They did drop another map, so that is so far 3 maps dropped in total over the entire tournament.
Oh man, that's so little when you think about it. 3 maps in
which
total.
2 from Shift, by the way. 2 from Shift.
Yeah, Shift were technically their biggest hurdle, right? And they kept each map, well, most maps, close, right? Whenever Exalty Tauro made a mistake, Shift were there to take the mantle and to take the position. And I mean, that's exactly what you need out of a team to be consistent. And I mean, Exalty Tauro at the end there, Volnera, consistent point 4s, point 3s, point 2s, and point 1s will absolutely just destroy the morale of Shift, and that will lead them to the path of going home and Exalty Tauro to go to the grand finals. Currently, Flying Guys and Golden Trio playing on map number 6 on map 06. It is currently 3-2 in favor of Golden Trio over the Flying Guys. If you guys want to watch that match, it is on Mr. Bueno's French cast. Currently, if you guys don't mind listening to some French casting, I highly suggest you guys go watch over there to watch the other half of the semifinals. Right now, it is currently dominated by Golden Trio on map 06. If they win this one, they will also go to the grand finals and fight up against Exalty Tauro. But if the Flying Guys win this map, we'll go on to a 7th map, and I think we will wait before going to a break to see if we can see that final map, if it does go to that said final map.
I mean, it might be best to just if we are able to jump in. I think that would always be a good thing. But
yeah, it is 2-1 currently, so we have a little bit of a while to wait. But yeah, if you guys want to head there slightly ahead of time, just watch map 06. You guys are allowed to do so, of course. Bueno has been doing every single cast of every single match that he can in French. The guy's an absolute beast, and we just doubled his viewership, so that's awesome to see. I'm sure he'll be very happy about that.
I mean, I'm sure he's enjoying the match as well.
Oh,
considering, I mean, 6, great pace, so that should be a fun one to watch. I should mention as well, we will have the grand finals going up, but we also will have a 3rd and 4th place match happening. We will be covering the grand finals, but so while Shift may be eliminated in the sense of they can't go for the grand finals, they will still have to face off against the loser from the 2nd semifinal, which is Golden Trio against Flying Guys, to determine who is 3rd, who is 4th, because, you know, we got a nice prize pool, right?
Right, exactly, and the difference between 3rd and 4th is money or no money. That's exactly what it is. So, right now, it's 3-2 in favor of Golden Trio on map 06, and it's 3-2 heading onto map 6, so these guys right now, Golden Trio, do have the opportunity to send the Flying Guys to the 3rd place consolidation match, and that will be between either the Flying Guys or Golden Trio against, as you said, Shift. And right now, we're just trying to see who will go to the grand finals. And right now, it's opportunity for Golden Trio. Guys, go look at this match on Mr. Bueno's side. If Golden Trio win one more round, they will win and go to the grand final. If there is a generational comeback here out of Flying Guys, they will get themselves up to map 7, and we will go onto that map 7 and watch it directly from this channel here.
And we can do a bit of a radio I mean, the radio broadcast will be delayed.
Yeah, it is slightly delayed, but it's fine, right?
Nah, exactly. I mean, right now, I mean, what is it? Golden Trio seems to be in the lead from what I am witnessing. Ooh, Vionics with a bit of a mistake.
Yeah, Vionics falling down.
Oh, win for
wait,
Flying
everyone
Guys?
Crashed! Everyone
it was a win for Flying Guys. Yeah. No, that was a 135. 135. Again, we can't jump into the game if you guys are curious about why you're not seeing it on the screen. Jumping into a game that is in progress will cause some lag on all the players' side, which would mean that it would affect their driving.
Right, and they would have reason to say, hey, everyone lagged. You caused us to lag. You lost us to lose the round.
Exactly.
We can't do that. We have competitive integrity here at the Trackmania Esports and at the TSS?
TFPS.
Well, there's TSCS, there's
I mean, it's the TSS, TSCS, TSCS.
Well, there you go, Golden
we like
Trio.
Trackmania, alright?
GG's, ladies and gentlemen. Golden Trio have sent the Flying Guys down to the losers consolidation match against Shift. Golden Trio are your other finalists. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll head onto a break to bring you then that third place match, and then we're gonna go to the grand finals, ladies and gentlemen. But don't go anywhere. We'll be back with the third place consolidation match.